Hey, this is Rocket Brain Surgeon. Today we're looking at the Focke-Wulf 190A5, taking a look at what makes it tick and how to make it work. The A5 is a Tier 6 German light fighter characterized by solid speed, great frontal firepower. You can see that we're just cutting into this P-51A. Just chop them down like nothing. Head-ons are a great thing to do in this plane. The beginning of the game is where you can pick up a couple easy kills for absolutely no effort at all. One downside to the plane is already apparent. We already had to burn the pneumatic restarter. It takes engine damage all the time. You're going to have to use the restarter every game. That's not even an option. In about 50 odd games, I've only had a disabled engine once or twice, so it's going to happen, but not too terribly often. Generally, what happens is it knocks your engine out, you repair your engine, and then before you can get your engine damaged again, you either win the game or die. The A5 has wonderful dive speed. You can see we're above 700 kmh. This allows you to escape pursuing enemies as well as to catch escaping enemies. You can see the bullets just flying around me. Get used to that. The plane does not have a lot of defensive options. Even though the plane is relatively fast, it's not fast enough to outrun German heavies. It's not fast enough to outrun the Mustangs. So don't think that you're going to magically get away. The game that we have here is pretty perfect. Downside to the plane is that it does not turn at all. You can see that through all of the turns I'm not using my flaps. That's because I want to keep my speed up. And putting the flaps on really wouldn't help the turning radius anyway. You want to do a lot of straight line engagements. After you pass an enemy, you want to look, okay, is there another enemy within 1,500 meters of me? If there is, you want to keep going straight. You generally don't want to turn around behind you because it just wastes a lot of time. The turning radius on this thing is easily one of the worst in tier. Like I said before, this battle was pretty much perfect. I could go from furball to furball in a straight line across the battlefield, just kind of weaving my way in and out between enemies without having to do a lot of 180-degree turns, without having to do a lot of dogfights. That's the perfect setup for this plane. Now we're going to see something where it's not going to be quite as perfect, and we're going to see more of the defensive options of the A5. The A5 doesn't climb very well. When you get outside of the performance envelope for altitude, it tends to bleed speed very quickly, which makes it a poor climber. You're going to be caught by a lot of German planes and the Mustangs. So already in this game, you notice that I have to do 180-degree turns because I can't just go from furball to furball. It's all one big furball. In this case, you generally want to leave the furball entirely and then turn around and head back into the furball. The reason why I'm breaking my own rules right here is I had a couple of flight mates who I was trying to protect, but they die, and now I am fully on the defensive. And here's where the A5 probably doesn't have a lot of options. All I can do is go in a relatively straight line and hope that teammates take them off of me. However, if you look at the minimap, you can see that there are no teammates around me. This is where the A5 really struggles. I have that BF-109F behind me can stay on my tail forever. Now, the only thing in my favor in this game, I'm looking behind me and I'm seeing that I'm getting away from him. My guess is he has the full loadout of guns and he does not have the upgraded engine. That's why I'm able to pull away. Normally, I would die in that situation to a fully elited plane, or if he had not mounted the Wing 20s, or if that was a Mustang, I would definitely be dead right there. Overall, I think it's a very strong plane. I don't think it's the top in tier, but it's definitely not the bottom. It's slightly above average. You can think of the 190A5 as a mini heavy fighter. It gains a little bit of roll rate and a little bit of flexibility over something like the 410. The strength of the Focke-Wulf line is its head-on engagements due to that big firepower. The A7M realizes a little bit too late here that going head-on is a suicide mission. I screw up this last engagement by not just staying on the 109G, and I accidentally ram him. Overall, I really love the fighter line. The A5 is an excellent addition to your hangar. Hope you enjoyed. Happy hunting.